Any doubts in this scenario? Anyone have any queries in this scenario? How we can able to assign the IP addresses and how we can assign after then how to ping the different network through a router. Just through this routing information is available. Through this routing information, we can able to ping. So once we'll start the routing, we can easily understand everything. So now move to this lab. So first router analytic method I will configure here. No sign. So first we'll use no shutdown command. By default, the router interfaces all are down. So config key, use no shutdown command. No shutdown and interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 and use no shutdown command. This port is came up now. Now exit from there. That much only for that interface. And now assign a sub interfaces. How will assign the sub interfaces? How many interfaces we need? So VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. We having three sub interfaces. So VLANs we have. So we have to configure sub interfaces. Interface first Ethernet 0 by 0 and dot 10. So dot 10 means it's a VLAN ID. It's a VLAN ID. So you can check here the sub interface pane. This sub interface is by default up only. The sub interface is by default up only. If you want to check, show IP interface brief through this command we can verify. So I have a two interfaces. Those are the physical interfaces. In the two interfaces I have created, one is as a sub interface. You can verify this command. So this is the so if you want to configure one more thing, interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 and dot 20 and exit from here. Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 and dot 30. Three VLANs. You can verify. Show IP interface brief. So I have assigned three. These are the virtual interfaces basically. Physically, we have only one interface physically in that physical interface one, but how many VLANs you have means 100. If you have 100 VLANs, yes, you can assign up to 100 VLANs also. So it's make a possibility. It will be possible. So and how to assign the IP address for the virtual interfaces? So interface pass Ethernet 0 by 0 and dot 10 and if you are giving the IP address, it won't take 192.168.10.1 and 255.255.255.0. If you are try it enter, it won't take. So configuration IP routing and LAN sub interfaces is only allowed if that sub interface is already configured as a port. Which port? That is a dot one queue. That makes sure if that port is dot one, then only it will be accepted. Otherwise, to encapsulation method we have dot one queue, otherwise ISL. And now legacy devices will support ISL. Legacy means old devices. Now we have only upgraded devices. So in upgraded devices, we don't have the concept ISL. Inter-switch will link in. It's a Cisco proprietary actually. So because it's a legacy protocol where the 30 bits of information it will be carried. But here it's a easy protocol that is dot one queue and it's open standard protocol. That is the reason IEEE standard is there. So it is only 4 byte of information. It will be support lot of things. Native VLAN, entire thing it will support. It won't support native VLAN also. Native VLAN, it means it's a security thing. Okay, we'll discuss later on that. So now give encapsulation, give the question mark, and that one Q only here is showing. See, not ISL. Here ISL method is not there. That one Q and make sure 10 means it's a VLAN. So you give the question mark. So here you can verify up to this many VLANs. So a range is VLAN 124096. Up to 4096 you can make. So now give the IP address. IP address is 192.168.10.1 and 255.255.255.0 and exit from here. Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0.20 and encapsulation dot one queue. and 20. And so here, whichever the VLAN you have taken, make sure that VLAN only you have to give. And IP address is 192.168.20.1 and 255.255.255.0. And exit from here, interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 dot 30 and encapsulation dot 1Q 30 and exit from here. You can verify the IP address also. So sorry, I have forget to give the IP address. IP address is 192.168.30.1, 255.255.255.0, and exit from here. Show IP interface brief. Yes, you can verify the IP addresses I have given. So routing table show IP route. So by default, routers are available. Routing table entire connectivity. So in switch, you have to use this command. In switches, IP route. This command you have to use. Otherwise, routing is not enabled. If you are here, you are using no command. It won't. It is like you can check show IP route. No. It will be act as like switch now. So no routing table. By default, switches will like by default routers having routing table. But if you want no using means, we are removing our routing table. So they cannot able to communicate. Make sure your routing is enabled. Show IP route which has to enable. So for that IP, don't use in your command this command in routers in real time. Definitely don't use this command. Say it is denying your entire routing. You cannot able to communicate a different network then if you are using this. Then your job also lose. So the router configuration is done. So now verify show IP route. Great. Done. Now move to this switch. So this is a trunk port. This one is the trunk port. Make sure this one is our trunk. Trunk means it will be carry the multi-value in an browser. And these all are the access ports. These all are the access ports. So I'll configure quickly. Enable config key interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1 and switch port encapsulation. Here it won't support this command encapsulation mode trunk. So we show interface trunk. Yes, we configure trunk interfaces. So all the VLANs are available. So and configure the VLANs also. VLAN 10 and exit VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. So now verify show interface trunk. Earlier only one VLAN is there. VLAN by default VLAN. Now we configure the three VLAN. It will be allowing the all the VLANs information. Now assign the port config T interface range fast Ethernet 0 by 2. These are the two ports I think. Nice. 2 and 3. This is a 2 and 3 and this one is 4 and this one is 5. And we'll use the range commands. That is the reason I am sharing the ports. Okay. 5. This is 6 and 7. Now move here. Configure range is 2 to 3 and switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10 and exit from here interface range fast Ethernet 0 by 4 to 5 and switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN it's 20 and exit from here and interface fast Ethernet. Sorry, if you are not using the range command, you have to use different more commands. Interface range we have to use. That is the reason. Range fast Ethernet 0 by 0.6, right? 6 to 7. Yes. And switch port mode access And switch port, I'm using here tab command, tab in your keyboard. So it will be get the, if you are giving only switch port AC, so you'll get entire command. So it switch port access, you just give the AV, then you press tab, you get the entire command. So it's a 20, it's a 30, right? That 20, it's a 20, it's 30, 10 and 30, this one 30. Now check, show interface status. So these are the ports we have is 10, 20, 30. If you want to check, show running configuration. So here we have. So these are running configurations. So now try to give one IP address only I'll give for time saving. You should have to give the IP addresses for all the IP addresses, entire PCs. Desktop and IP, yes, I have given. I should have to give the default gateway also, otherwise it won't be. You can check yourself also. If you don't give the default gateway and try to ping it, it will ping or not check. And this is the PC 192.168 dot. It's at 20.10. This is the IP address and this is the default gateway. And this is the ping. Try to ping from this PC to this PC. And I'll give the same IP address for this PC also. Verifying purpose I'm giving. Same VLAN also, make sure they will communicate. 20. Is that 20? So try to ping from this PC to, sorry, command prompt ping 192.168 10.10, same VLAN. Yes, we can able to ping. Try to ping and different VLAN. Try to ping at different VLAN. 20.10. Make sure it should have to ping. No, different VLAN also. Yes, we can able to ping. Otherwise, trace RT. You can trace at also 192.168 20.10. So this is a gateway. First we reach, then gateway is this of the next hop IP, and we reach our destination. So this is how we can able to ping the different VLANs also. Make sure this is your task. You have to give the IP addresses for this also. And if you want to give the IP address, let's go to desktop and give here IP address 192.168.30.10 and default gateways 1. And I try to ping IP address 192.168.10.10. Yes, make sure it should have to ping different VLAN. It's a VLAN 10 IP address. Yes, it is pinging. Now try to ping 20. VLAN 20. 20.10. So this is how we can able to communicate inter-VLAN routing. Guys, if you have any questions, and this lab we did 2 things, and one more lab we have. Anyone have any questions in this task, second task?
So like I just have a small doubt. The thing is like if you want to communicate between the different VLANs, so we can
Yes.
we can directly remove the VLANs, right? So like why won't we create a router as a stick and get the communication between the all the VLANs if it is assigned to only one switch?
In this switch, just what you will do. Here no router is there. If I
Yes,
want
yes.
to communicate two different VLAN,
Okay.
VLANs, so how it will be possible?
Yeah, with the help of the router only.
With the help of,
A router.
okay, I'll take a one router here. So what I have to do here?
So you have to connect the switch to the router.
Again, what we have to give here? And routers having less ports. In real time also, the
Okay.
routers having less ports, minimum
Uh,
ports only.
okay.
So IP interface brief. So here how many ports they have? Only two
Just
ports.
just
If you
two
want to,
ports.
okay, if here we have, this is a HR department, this is a account department, this one is a management department, this one is a, we have hundreds of departments.
Okay.
So that many ports are available in this router. The
Okay. Okay.
cable cannot connect it.
Oh,
So,
only in the
we
real
are
time
wasting our
also.
resources.
Okay.
Hmm.
In the real time also
And
only
router,
connects to only two switches.
not two switches. Router having, if you want to communicate with different networks, you
Okay.
should have to use this method. So here what we did, virtual interface we
Yeah.
created, virtual
Yes. Yes. Yes.
interface.
Yes.
Um, so here you can check show IP interface brief. Virtual interface is there. How many you required? That many you can create. No issue on that. If you want
Okay.
more VLANs, other departments are there. Interface, fast Ethernet. So it will make it range fast Ethernet 0 by 0 dot 10 to not 10 will give
40.
50 to
Okay.
100.
Okay.
So show IP interface brief. So it has not taken only two interfaces. It has taken only one interface. Range
Yeah.
command is not working. No issue. But how many you need, that many you can create. Just create these virtual interfaces.
Okay.
So instead of 50, 60, and exit from here, and 100. How many interfaces? Virtual interfaces you need? So IP interface brief. So each department assign one IP address, assign one switch. No issue on that. This is
Okay.
switch also, need to switches. It's minimum price only. It
Okay.
why we are, it is a kind of extension box. It is
Okay.
kind of extension box in real time also. It's switches having 24 ports and 48 ports switches also available. How many users you have, that many you can. But router means it's 13 lakh, 15 lakh. It's more costly. Switch means you'll get definitely 20,000. You can spend it, right? 20, 30, 30 lakh, 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs means it's so costly. Router means they are communicating different VLANs only, different networks.
Okay.
Hello. Hmm.
Okay.
So this is a one method, and one more method also we have for inter-VLAN routing. That is again here I'm taking multi-layer switch. So multi-layer switches also, it's 35, 60 means these are also costly. And even though these switches also having more ports again, if you want the how many VLANs is that many ports we required here. Otherwise, SVI also we can configure like this. So in which task you have. So here you can say how many interfaces, those many virtual interfaces we can create it. Establish a connection between devices of different VLAN using inter-VLAN routing and layer 3 switch. Okay, here we are using layer 3 switch. Okay, I'll close this. So, so in this, it's a first floor switch. You can assume it's a second floor switch, and we have a distribution switch or core switch, and here we have a VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 and VLAN 10, VLAN 30 or 40, 50. How many VLANs you can take it? No issue on that. That many departments. These all are the different departments. This is a different department. This one is a different department. This one is a different window. These all are second floor. These all are the first floor. We can assume like this. So connectivity. So later on we'll do. First, I'll take a two only. So here what we'll do here. So so here we'll learn 10, 20 and 10, 20 we have taken here. Your requirement basis, you can take how many you want. So first we learn configuration of L3 switch. We start from top config and interface, first Ethernet 0 by 0. No need to move interfaces. First we'll check the how many VLANs are available or not. So VLAN brief. Here you can check the by default VLANs only available. So we'll create VLANs config T interface VLAN 10. So give the IP address one. This is a SVI concept, switch virtual interfaces 192.168. Again, same thing, whichever the previous lab I have configured. So this is the so 10.1 and 255.255.255.0 and no need to use no shutdown. It's a virtual interface actually. So show IP interface brief. So here I have configured one VLAN and that VLAN is manually down because the as I mentioned, virtual interface is up, but here you can check the VLAN is down showing here. Down is showing down means the VLAN is not available in your switch. VLAN brief, show VLAN brief. That VLAN 10 is not available in the switch. So make sure once you configure, it will be definitely it will come up. So likewise, we have to troubleshoot each config T and interface before that VLAN 10 and give any name. So here you can check. Change its status up. Now you can check. Show IP interface D. So came up, but the port is protocol is down. It will be came up. It will take time to up. Once we assign the entire thing means trunk port, we have to enable those things, but it will become up. So we'll configure the different interface. Before that, we'll configure the VLAN 20 and exit from here and VLAN 30 and exit from here. Now configure the interface VLAN SVI configuration 20 and IP address is IP address for that 192.168.20.1 and 255.255.255.0 and no need to use no shutdown also and interface VLAN 30 and IP address for that 192.168.30.1. SVI configuration, switch virtual interface configuration. This is the and exit from here. Show IP interface brief. Make sure we have to configure trunk port also. Then it become up. I think so. We'll check. So it's a fast Ethernet 0 by 1 and fast Ethernet 0 by 2. We'll configure trunk port. Config T interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1 and it's a kind of interface switch port mode trunk. If you are configuring trunk, it won't take because we should have to enable the encapsulation method. So switch port encapsulation, switch port trunk encapsulation dot one q. It is there dot one q. and one more interface. Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 2 switch port mode switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1Q and switch port mode trunk. Earlier it's command is I have enabled. No, I think not enabled, right? So here I haven't enabled this command. Exit interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1 and switch port mode trunk. So check show running configuration. So here you can check the I have configured a trunk port manually. So I have configured here 3 VLANs and IP addresses. So we'll configure same thing. Only trunk port will enable and make sure you have to enable routing and all. Show IP route. So no routing is there. Make sure you can configure routing also. IP routing this command. So now you can check show IP route. So by default routing is not enabled. Show IP interface brief. So now it came up. So once we enable the protocol, that time it will be up. So earlier we haven't enabled the protocol. That is the reason it was showing down. So likewise also we can troubleshoot it. Now you got it. The protocol I haven't enabled. So which protocol? Routing protocol. So routing protocol I haven't enabled. That is the reason it has shown down. Which protocol is showing down? So every concept is important in networking. So that is the reason I'm single line. I am also I'm not missing here. Even though I'm telling the fast, but single line also I'm not missing here. So routing also enables. So IP route the switch configuration is that once you get the routing information, definitely you can able to ping different VLANs. So L3 switch configuration done. Now configure the lay access switches, config T, and interface. We'll enable trunk port on these interfaces. We'll enable trunk on this interface, trunk and trunk. Through already the trunk is enabled because DTP is working in between. Here we on is created manually. On is there, and here auto mode is there. Dynamic auto. Here auto mode is there. So trunk is established. If you want to check, you can check here. I am not enabled the interface trunk also. So trunk is established. So mode is auto. Once you can verify DTP concept. Here DTP also finished. DTP concept. Go through DTP concept. What is the reason? So how trunk is established in between. So interface trunk. Here auto mode is there. Through negotiation process. The DTP process, the trunk is established. Just clear the VLANs now here. Configure the VLAN. Config T interface. Sorry. VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. I'll configure two VLANs. Interface fast Ethernet. Only assigning the access port only. Config T interface range fast Ethernet 0 by 1, 2, not 1, 0 by 2, 2, 3. These are the 2 and 3 port. Switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10 and exit from here and interface fast Ethernet range fast Ethernet 0 by let's say port number is 4 and 5 4 to 5 and switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20. Now give the IP address for this as you can verify from here VLAN 10 and here VLAN 20. So give the IP address. I am giving the only one VLAN. So 191.10.10 default gateway also you should have to give and close it for this PC 20 and 1. Try to ping it now. Ping 192.168.10.20. The 20 PC is this PC9. PC9 is 20. Now try to ping from different VLAN now from this PC 192.168.20.10 and so try to ping on different VLAN on this PC. Ping 192.168.20.10 himself only. This IP address 9 10.10. It should have to ping. Yes, we can able to ping. Yes, we can achieve the through L3 switch also different VLANs we can able to ping 20. So likewise, same configuration try to configure here. So use here. This is a VLAN 10 and this one is a VLAN 30. Just configuration of access port. Everyone know how to assign the IP addresses, how to assign the access port and VLANs and all. Try to configure it. If you are not getting, then we'll discuss, no issue. This is the VLAN 10 and these are the VLAN 20. Easy. Just go click on this switch. Just check show interface trunk is enabled or not. Yes, trunk is enabled. If you are seeing likewise, the trunk is established. If you are not seeing, just use the trunk command also. Config T interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1. The port is uplink port is 0 by 1. So switch port mode trunk. Use this command. The trunk will be established. So enter again the access port. How will configure the access ports? Go to here interface and fast Ethernet. If you want to configure in each single port, then use likewise 0 by 2 and switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10. It is not taken because of VLAN 10 is not there. So before that, configure the VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. Configure likewise and exit from here. Interface range fast Ethernet and 0 by 4 to 4 to 5. 4 to 5 and switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20 likewise. Everyone should how to configure same thing. Interface status check likewise. Interface status or running configuration. So running configuration. Before that, you can verify here. I have configured two interfaces only, but this interface is still I haven't configured. So likewise, we can verify. So here also you can verify show running configuration. What you did, entire configuration will be available. So likewise, configuration will do. And these are the tasks. 2, 3, 1 also we did. So if you have any questions, we'll discuss. Otherwise, we'll wind up the session today. Guys, if you have any questions, where we'll discuss. Otherwise, we'll discuss tomorrow